What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, in case you missed our coverage or the breaking news this morning, apparently the Hollywood Reporter has confirmed Marvel Studios hit the reset button on Daredevil Born Again. They reported that top brass like Kevin Feige had reviewed less than half of the first episodes they shot before the writer's strike, and in light of that, they quietly let go of the creatives. In September, we're looking for new writers and directors to overhaul the project. But in the wake of that report, we have a ton of new rumors coming from multiple industry insider sources corroborating each other about why the plug was pulled, what was going on in the very first episode, what was happening through the first 4 episodes, and the main plot line through the story, and why it sounds like by all details shared, this was never going to live up to its Netflix predecessor. We're breaking down all the new details revealed about the first 4 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, why Marvel Studios pulled the plug, and Vincent DiNofrio, Kingpin himself, also weighed in reacting to this news. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner to coincide with Loki's finale. We've got 2 left this year, and comic book giveaways every day this month. Again, all you got to do is just be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video. So again, this came as rumors from multiple sources like My Time to Shine Hello, Alex Perez over at the Cosmic Circus, and Can We Get Some Toast? And what they said, and the reason that Marvel Studios apparently decided not to move forward with the show as is was, quote, originally, Daredevil Born Again had Matthew Murdock hang up the Devil's Cowl for over a year after failing to save Foggy and Karen, who apparently would have died in the first episode but off screen. The Kingpin would have been mayor, winning a campaign of backing law enforcement while discouraging street-level heroes like Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. So basically, they were going to kill Karen and Foggy off-screen as an explainer for why they weren't in the series, and then that was going to see Matt Murdock hang up the suit. And apparently it was also reported from different sources that we weren't going to see him in fully suit up until episode 4 anyway, that it was more of a legal procedural, and as it's now again rumored, the top brass thought it didn't equal up to the actual visceral violence and pace of the original show, because as I rightly speculated earlier in today's video, when you have a project like this that has a predecessor, and same is the case for Blade, when you're doing an extension of that or a reboot, you have to make sure that you're at least as good, if not better, than those original projects, especially for something like Daredevil and the Netflix series, which is not that long ago. It would be a disaster to release this and not have it up to par, and it sounds like it just wasn't on track. Now, Kingpin himself, Vincent D'Onofrio, actually tweeted out a reaction to this news earlier today, and this is what he said. Every cool project I've been involved with has evolved constantly during pre-production, production, and post. It's just reported on these days as if it's big news, and it's not. It's simple. A bunch of creatives doing their best to get it right. It's a constant in this business. I wouldn't have it any other way. Frankly, I'd be worried if we were settling for less. Now, to be fair, he's being completely honest, and it's true no matter what level of project you're working on. I can't imagine how much change goes on, especially for something on the size and scope of a cinematic production like an 18-episode Daredevil series for Marvel Studios and Disney, but this doesn't exist in a bubble. It's not just trying to get the Daredevil show right, it's an obvious and immediate reaction to what's been going on at Marvel Studios and across the board, especially with their Disney Plus properties. Now, whether he meant it this way or not, I would never presume to understand someone's exact intent, but it is a little revealing when he said, frankly, I'd be worried if we were settling for less. Well, because settling for less than rewriting the show at this point would be going forward with the one that they had, and the fact that he's sort of admitting that that would have him worried. Again, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth by any means, but I also want to make it pretty clear, I think Daredevil is going to benefit from this. And so maybe we live in a world where if Daredevil had come out any earlier on Disney Plus, they would have just moved forward with the show. Or maybe if the actors and the writer's strike doesn't go down the way that it does, they push forward with the show as is, and we don't get the sort of reboot or rewrite during this sort of production phase. There wouldn't have been any time for it. And that's why I said at least once or twice at the channel at the height when both of the strikes were running concurrently that maybe a small silver lining for a company like Marvel Studios was they could actually take a minute to breathe, slow down, and try to get their ducks in a row, because they simply haven't. And I think that there's so much more they could be doing with these projects, and unfortunately, because of the route that they've chosen, with the IP and the characters that they chose in the first place, but then how they used the screen time, 50 plus hours of programming from Marvel Studios on Disney Plus, and I can't think of one action sequence in any of them that sort of lives up to either of the hallway scenes in Daredevil seasons 1 or 2. And look, I know there's a wide variety of fandom here at the channel, from the casuals to the diehards, and then even within the diehards of the community, people who are disappointed, people who are still down to ride for anything, but what we all can agree on is we look to Marvel Studios to bring these characters to life, and then beyond that, make an iconic statement with them. And the Netflix show for Daredevil was able to make him iconic. Anything less than that from Marvel Studios and Disney Plus would be a total letdown. You can't have the show that was on Netflix that you got the rights back from be less than the show that you're making. What I will say though as a final thought, and I've brought this up just a couple of times, is we are going to progress now rather fast in the multiverse saga. It feels like Marvel may have been just beating around the bush just a little bit in Phase 4, not really wanting to get too committed to the storyline, as it would have to impact all of the stories going forward. And now we know that Daredevil at the very least is getting written from the ground up in pre-production. Even if they send it to filming in at some point next year, still won't be until late 2025 we can really expect to see this series, and that's literally 2 years away from now. Where is the multiverse going to be by then, and how are you going to handle grounded level projects, something like Daredevil Born Again, if they all ultimately aren't going to end up being prequels to what we see in some of the upcoming films like the Marvels, or even more so for Deadpool and Wolverine? But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. As always, if you could pick projects and characters going forward, the new announcements, even past the multiverse saga as we get into the mutant saga, what are the characters or titles you guys would like to see adapted onto these Disney Plus shows outside of the ones they already have? Because as I mentioned in a video just a couple of days ago, we're rapidly getting through all of their announced schedule. By the time we hear from Marvel Studios, and again, they may have a complete new list of projects. I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. There's actually 3 left before the end of the year: Loki's finale, The Marvels, and What If in December. We're also doing a daily variant cover comic book giveaway every day in October. We announce a group of winners for every Easter egg video, so that'll be up late on Thursday night or early on Friday morning to announce the next group of winners. If you want to be entered to win, and for any future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we are doing here. It'll be live with my voice and the comments shown on screen, so please remember to stay safe and stay vigilant, and never give anybody your personal information on a third-party app like WhatsApp or Telegram. Keep in mind, no YouTuber will ever ask you to pay for shipping. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places: Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name AllFires. To those of you who have already checked it out and supported me, I can't thank you enough. To those of you who checked this channel out, supported me here, thank you as well. Guys, peace. I'll see you in the next one.